Hey there, welcome to the Trombone Visualizer channel, and thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of the Trombone Visualizer show. I'm your host Kevin Hicks, and today we're going to be going over the B-flat major drone chord, and I hope you're ready to practice along with me. Don't forget about the bass trombone, but we're going to also do some time exercises, some sound effects, and 1-minute trombone visualizer news coming at you. Today in 1-minute trombone visualizer news. Pope Leo is not a jazz trombonist from Chicago, but the AI-created image went viral, making its rounds and fooling many trombonists out there for a quick minute. At the beginning of April, John Fedjock toured through Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas and played with UNT, Sam Houston State University, and more. Dave Steinmeier was the 2025 inductee into the Jacksonville Jazz Fest Hall of Fame. John Allred and Dion Tucker performed a very cool silent film entitled Lewis with Wynton Marsalis at Paramount Theater, Seattle on May 24th. Martin McCain recorded on the newly released Lilo and Stitch movie. Sean Nelson recently released the Thad Jones tribute album Don't Stop Now with his new London big band. Their CD release concert was May 2nd at the Side Door Jazz Club. Francisco Torres was the featured guest artist with Caleb Chapman's Soundhouse Band tour to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico this last week of May. Alex Isles, Charlie Morellis, Ido Mechelon, and Paul Nelson played with Dave Slonaker's big band at Sam First on May 28th. Alex Isles was also a featured guest artist for the El Dorado High School Jazz Concert May 30th. And coming up, Trombone Shorty will be at the Syracuse Jazz Fest June 25th through 29th, and his performance is on the main stage Friday the 27th. The trombone emoji just might make it to your phone next year, but that almost happened before too, so we'll see if that really happens. Ryan Kieberly is set to release his new Brazilian jazz album July 18th. You can go check out one of the tracks now on YouTube. And that's 1-minute trombone visualizer news. Smash the thumbs up. If there's news coming up that you think I should cover, like somebody's CD release or somebody's performance or a festival that has trombones in there or anything like that, put it in the comments, let me know, because I always want to know what's going on and so I can convey that to my audience, which is you. Subscribe to the channel and make sure that you're getting notifications, because right now is when I'm explaining all this stuff, and later on I'm just going to jump right into it. So last episode I talked about the Trombone Visualizer Easy Chords course at khicksmusic.com, and in the course there are 60 chord drone videos with PDFs of each chord, other perks like a group live stream lesson, or even a chance to get a free one-on lesson with me, the author. Currently, I have 24 jazz etudes to match each of the 12 major chords and 12 minor chords. I also have 12 etudes with chord progressions, all of which have 3 videos and PDFs. There's tons of stuff there, so you just have to go check it out. The cost of membership is so worth it. It's so cheap. It's way cheaper than taking lessons, and you still get all that information. So check it out. It's khicksmusic.com, and sign up for the TV Easy Chords course. All right, let's continue going over some cool ways to practice over chord drones. Learn to identify every note in the chord and the slide positions and play different shapes and all that stuff, and memorize it, okay? Memorize the way it looks in your head. Alright, so in the Easy Chords course, click on B-flat major 7 and download the B-flat major PDF. Then click the link to the secret playlist of Easy Drone chords on YouTube. There you can watch and hear the B-flat major chord drone while you practice what's on the PDF. All right, here's B-flat major. Let me play it. And here's the scale pattern. Here's the next scale pattern. here's the full arpeggio. Here are the arpeggio modes. And the 6 pentatonic scales that work over the chord. F major. And D minor. And then here's C major and A minor, which imply the sharp 11. Or A minor. Obviously I threw the B flat in there to kind of remind myself where the root is, because sometimes when you get into these higher sounding notes, it sounds a little weird without reminding yourself where the root is. So that was kind of a little improvising around A minor, but adding some other notes of the B flat major scale. Some common jazz standards that use B flat major 7 include Autumn Leaves, B flat rhythm changes, Mercy, 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 Stella by Starlight, and Cherokee, just to name a few. Cool. And then don't forget about this fun lick that I think should be played over every major chord. Should be learned at least. You don't have to always play it, but... Let's do a little bit of tuning on this chord, and let's do the vibrato. Let's try using vibrato to really center in on the note. Start with vibrato, and then as you steady out the note and make it a solid note without vibrato, really hear it go into tune. Let's do the same thing with F. Sometimes you have to back off on the volume. The tone can be a little bit rough at a higher volume. So if you back off just a little bit, sometimes it goes right into tune right there. Yeah, like that. Let's do the same thing with D. Sometimes re-articulating the note helps with that as well. All right, let's practice the scale a bit. Obviously, I'm kind of jumping ahead and playing intuitive musicality over this and scale patterns, because I think all those kind of go together. You start out slow with the scale, and then you build up some speed with that, and then start to get into scale patterns and intervals, and then let your musical intuition take you into a reaction to what you're hearing yourself play. So go slow and stay in the moment. Make sure that you can really hear the next note before you move there. If you're wrong, that means you got to slow down more. But whatever you do, be confident in your articulation and leave negative judgment out of the equation, okay? Because we're just exploring and exercising the ear to trombone connection. I think intuitively we want to hear patterns. So sometimes I'll play something and I'll want to hear that pattern in another mode of that scale. So it's like this, like I just did, but like this. Finally, let's start building up some speed. I'm gonna build up longer phrases as I go, and I'm gonna just think about licks and ways I can extend those licks, and change directions in the middle of a lick too. And also, it's a good time to find out where there's some alternate positions that'll help you play faster. In some of these scale patterns, I'm going back and forth between two notes. That if I go back and forth between G and B flat, why not just go back and forth, G and fourth and B flat and fifth, instead of. So those are some things that I think about too when I'm building up speed. There you go. And don't forget about the bass trombone. If you're shedding and you record yourself and you want to post it online, make sure to put the hashtag trombone visualizer. And better yet, tag me in it. Tag at trombone visualizer, because I think that's going to be more direct. It's going to give me a notification that you posted too. So that's even better. At trombone visualizer. If you're looking to rent an instrument, there's an incredible way to rent to own some of the highest quality instruments available through rentmyinstrument.com. As many of you know, I'm a BAC endorsing artist and I love the quality of their trombones. I play on a BAC Paseo W6 every day at Disneyland and I love it. But BAC and Rent My Instrument offer way more than just trombones. They have a full catalog of instruments from beginner to professional level, including brass, woodwinds, and percussion. Not only that, but if you're a music educator, you can sign up for Virtual Booster Club, which allows your program to earn dollar for dollar credit to spend on BAC and 825 instruments, or even repairs. It's an easy way to fund your program while ensuring your students have access to high quality instruments. Use my promo code TV to get 5% off your purchase at bacmusic.com or virtualboosterclub.com. That's promo code TV. Go check them out today and see how BAC is changing the game for musicians everywhere. Bass trombone. Let's use some of those same techniques we used for the tenor trombone on the bass trombone and start by tuning. Hey, we're in B flat, so let's just keep this chord drone going and tune the B flat arpeggio. I wish I could push in a little further because I feel flat, but I'm already all the way in. Maybe I just need to back off. I'm pushing the horn a little bit, so maybe that's the trick. Oh, you gotta switch the trombone visualizer around. To the other side where it's the bass trombone visualizer. Here we go. Now I'm just gonna boom, 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 boom. Let me see if I can get all the way down to the low D. Oh, it's coming out. Let's add some more notes. Let's add some pentatonic scale notes to this. All right. I'm not quite getting the valve combination into my head before I move there, so I gotta slow down. So I'm practicing good habits. So remind myself to slow down. Slow down. All right, that's really good. I think let's move on to some time exercises. All right, let's stick with 120 because it's a really good tempo to just get really comfortable with. Oh yeah, let's start the chord. One thing that I like to think about when I'm playing quarter notes, especially on the bass trombone, is take on the role of the bass player in a jazz band, because that bass player is playing quarter notes all day long. Sometimes they're playing half notes in a 2-beat feel, but usually that walking bass is just, that's what jazz is, right? What is jazz? I'm not sure, but bass is all into the quarter notes. They have to be able to play quarter notes as if they're just walking down the street. And it's kind of, maybe that's why they call it walking bass lines. But let's take on that role and let's just play 1 2 3 2 1 of the major scale, of the B flat major scale, and let's just pretend we're the bass player. It's gonna make it swing harder. Just believe me. Also, just imagine that you're playing that all day long. Like you have to play that for 10 minutes straight, like a lot of bass players do. They have to sit there and just play it. And after a while, they get so comfortable with it, they can mess around with it because it's so solid. They can place it right next to the drummer in such a specific way that it makes it bounce more, or it makes it feel more smooth, or it can do so many things by the placement of that note. So let's experiment with that a little bit too. Let's play right behind the beat and see how that feels. 1 2 3. Let's do the same thing, but connect the notes a little bit more smooth. There's a whole rabbit hole you can go down with that. And we're going to get into that actually more, about placing it right in front of the beat or right behind the beat. Different instruments have different roles as far as the way that they approach the placement of the beat. And I personally, I prefer it when the drums are right in front of me. Like they're the front, like if the drummer's playing behind the beat, it just it throws me off. It's really hard to do. So maybe I need to practice that more, but I love it when the drums are on the front and then everything else kind of follows right behind that. So that's why I like to practice right behind the beat. But let me do that a little bit on the tenor trombone and demonstrate that. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Do that again. Boom, boom. Let's take that same concept, but let's start putting eighth notes, where the downbeat is still right behind the beat. It's not very far behind the beat, and we're not dragging, we're just placing it right behind the beat so that it swings harder. You hear how I'm slightly behind the beat, but it gives it this bouncy feel. It swings more. So let's experiment with that. It's something crazy about that. And we can even mess with the offbeat a little bit too, because there's different versions of swing. It's not just this 66% swing where there's like 2 parts of a third and 1 part of a third. You can also extend that offbeat or delay that offbeat, or we can play it a little bit earlier too, like almost like you're straightening out the 8th note. So let's do both ways. Let's experiment. First, let's experiment with really delaying the offbeat as far as possible and almost make it so it's like a triple dotted 8th note going into a 30-second note or 64th note offbeat. So like this. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Now you do it. Good, good. So now let's do it a little bit different. Let's do the other way, where we play straight 8th notes over a swing feel. That sounds really weird, right? But you can make that sound really swinging if you're delaying the on beat. if you're kind of delaying the on beat, and the off beat is still kind of swinging. So check that out. It's kind of weird, but it has a cool feel. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, now we're starting to get there. We're starting to get somewhere, and what I recommend is you keep going with this. You just keep practicing and practicing. Repeat the video back so you can do it again. And also just take this concept of getting a drum groove and playing the chord and putting on the sustain pedal, and just make it sound really interesting to yourself. You know, like mess around with the time. Make it do things that you didn't think it could do. At first it's going to be uncomfortable because it feels weird to play on the backside of the beat, you know. But after a while it becomes almost like you can't do it any other way because it's just so much more hip, you know. So anyway, try it. All right, so that's it for that. The time exercises. Let's do a song. I'm going to teach you how to play Happy Birthday. All right, here we go. So here's how you play Happy Birthday on the trombone. Check it out. Yeah, that's nice, right? All right, let me do it on the bass trombone. And this is in the key of B flat, obviously. So let's do it down an octave on the bass trombone. You got to play the low pedal, of course. Finally, I'm going to play a couple more sound effects. I brought this because one of the most famous sound effects that you hear that a trombone does is the wah, 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 wah. You know what I'm talking about. But I just gave it away. So here's how I play it. There's a few ways you can play it, of course. Let's try doing it with without the plunger. I'm doing a little bit of a growl in there. It's from the back of my throat. It's like when I play. If I didn't do that, it would sound like this. You can also do it in different ranges of the horn. Let's bring this back because it sounds the best with the plunger. Or on this partial. That might be the best. All right, and let's do another sound. This is one I think I do pretty well. It's the sound of a whale. Not bad, right? And an elephant. Who wants to hear what an elephant sounds like? This kind of sounds like an elephant. Let's try a couple more. I'm doing kind of that again. So those are some sound effects. I hope you like them. If you want to hear some more sound effects, let me know. And that'd be pretty cool to hear what you want to hear me play. And I also want to hear if you've got some, post them and put hashtag trombone visualizer, hashtag sound effects. And maybe I'll feature you in a future video of you playing that sound effect. All right, that's it for episode 3. Thanks for watching and playing along. Next episode, we're going to go over the key of E flat. We'll learn the scale, and I'm going to introduce how I practice sight reading. We're going to shed more stuff over the E flat major chord on the trombone and bass trombone, and get deeper into the details. So stay tuned, and thanks for supporting the Trombone Visualizer. Also, I want to start doing interviews of the greatest trombonists around and get their ideas and approaches into the mix. Drop into the comments or send me a message and tell me who you'd like me to interview and what you'd like me to ask those amazing trombonists. Making music is an action that activates all parts of your brain and vibrates all the cells in your body. So let's take it to the next level and get the Trombone Visualizer book and poster and go on over to khicksmusic.com and see what else is there. Bye!
I've got a tool that's changing the game. It's all about the math, no more guessing names. The Trombone Visualizer, it's clear as can be. Shows me the slide and where my notes should be. From the first position and out to 7, it guides me right through, all thanks to Kevin. With every note, it lights the way. The partials lined up shows the path to play. Trombone Visualizer, let it show me the way. In perfect harmony, no matter what they say. With math as my guide, I hit every note on the slide with precision. I'm ready to go. In rhythm like a dance in the air. No more second guessing, no more despair. With the numbers aligned and the visuals bright, I'm playing it perfect, I'm playing it right. From low to high, from soprano to bass, every position has its own special place. It's like a map, a blueprint of sound. With the Trombone Visualizer, I'm glory bound. Trombone Visualizer, let it show me the way. In perfect harmony, no matter what they say. With math as my guide, I hit every note on the slide with precision. I'm ready to go. No more guessing where I go. Just follow the lines, it's all aglow. Each partial clear, each position true. With the Trombone Visualizer, I'm breaking through. Show me the way in perfect harmony, no matter what they say.